Good afternoon, world. How is everyone? Welcome to a very shitty Bristol. Looks great, doesn't it, eh? Hope everyone's well. Let's get cracking and let's get set up. Right, just going to see if my custom views are working. I've finally done them. Flight Sim will be proud. There we go. And back to the cockpit. And top panel. So, battery going on. Let's turn the overhead lighting on. And let's start the APU. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mr. Zambo and Mr. Tribble, good evening, guys. How are you? Right, nav lights are going on, along with emergency lights. And we're going to go down to our pedestal. Nav's going on. Stabilizer trim is going on. Frequency to tune will be 121925. Let's do that. Alright, and everything is coming live. Let's get some lights on. And let's get to our FMC. Right, so position. Flight plan, we are EGGD up to EGPH. Purposely picked the two that got ATC tonight. Okay, we'll execute that. Now looking at the 86 runway 27. And let's get a clearance. Bristol clearance. Good evening, Union2064, stand 21, aircraft type CRJ. Information Bravo, IFR clearance please through to Edinburgh.
Union2064, Bristol delivery, good evening. Cleared to Edinburgh, Bracken 1 extra departure, squawk 3372.
Cleared Brecon 1 X-ray 3372, Union 2064.
Union 2064, read back correct.
Right, we've got Brecon 1 X-ray, and we'll execute that into flight plan, and we will now click next. Okay, and our first waypoint is going to be November 864. And that is through to NITON. Now, I know you can import your sim brief, and I prefer doing it myself, to be honest. It's UP17. To be honest, if I was doing a long flight, I probably wouldn't, but these are so easy to do. Up to NOKIN. And then we are UP16 to RIBEL. And we are RIB Echo Lima. Right, and then I think we're a RIBEL. Oh no, we're UN601. Sorry, I've missed one.
And all stations, Bristol delivery is now closed. Monitoring com 122 decimal 8. Have a good evening.
Good night, mate. Take care.
And you.
UN601 to INPIP. INPIP, and we will execute that into the legs page. In fact, no, we'll go our arrival page now. We know because of the ATCs online that we are going to be ILS 24 on an INPIP 1 Echo arrival with vectors, and we will execute that. Joan, sorry mate, I've missed you. Hello, how are you? For anybody that's flying with us and got problems on the airline with its dive bombing, I'll show you how to stop it dive bombing tonight. I've found out how to fix it, and it's a really easy fix. There's a bug, and it's really easy to fix. Hi Pilot Fest, you might be interested in this. I can land this every time now without it dive bombing. I've found how to crack the system. I found where the bug is, and it's quite easy to fix, so I'll show you when we get there. You watch it fail now and it dive bomb. I've done about 5 attempts today and it's worked every time, so fingers crossed. I'll make a video tomorrow. So INPIP onto INPIP, and then CI24 onto vectors. We're going to execute that. Now look, Pilot Fest, you'll be impressed. I've got my custom views set up now. I like that one. So you can see out the window and down the cabin as well. So what was that, Johan? All good, lots of work. See nothing but CSS and JSS. Said you got your Airbus arriving tomorrow. That's cool, man. That's cool. Right, let's just do our performance and balance. 26691. Enter, and then our fuel. I keep getting this little bug as well. I don't know if anybody else is getting this. When you enter it, it doesn't then let you select the fuel. It's still on the top line, which is frustrating. I'll just, you know what? I'll just leave it at that. That fuel, it's fine. It's not a problem. 4462. And we will set our takeoff speeds back to our FMC, and we will go into performance. Performance in it will be at 28,000. We'll execute 6,000 on the way up. Execute 6,000 on the way down. I'll read the chat in a minute, guys, so I can see the stuff pinging away. Well, let's have a quick look. I've been modifying the cockpit views today as well. Yeah, oh no, there's rain in the cabin. Yeah, that's one thing that happens. The clouds come in as well, it gets smoky. The add-on, the flaps, the speed brake had TCA for. Oh, brilliant. And you've tried loading the flight plan. Yeah, I have. Do you know what? I've done it 4 or 5 times. And each time I've done it, my frames have dropped to about 5 for some reason. I don't know why and what's causing it. My frames have dropped now, actually, to 18. I don't know why. It's random. I'm not even done anything yet, and I'm getting problems. But, okay, so, pedestal. I just hope they pick up those frames, because it's 15, 16. That's not flyable. And we could swap that back to Unicon while we're here. The ILS is 108.9. We'll do that while we're here as well. And then the elevation at Edinburgh. I should know this. Is elevation 140. So we'll go number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be near as, damn it, hopefully. 140, bang on. Cool. Right, so we will set our altitude. Can't see it. My frames are awful. I think it just could be the weather, hopefully. Up to 28. Cool. And then we will go down here, pop some lighting on down here as well. Get rid of that. MDA will be set. Wind that up to 200. We're nearly ready to go. They've got to sort this out so it goes up in faster denominations. Bloody hell, this is slow. Right, nearly there. Can't see the chat room at the minute, so apologies for not replying. I could do with getting the chat going on my iPad, to be honest. In fact, I've got my iPad here. I might just do that in a minute. Right, we're nearly there. Right, so radar is going on, even though it don't work. Cool. And what else do I want to do? Oh, that was it. My squawk code was 3372. (3372) in the box. And we need to turn on ATC so it goes green. Right. Yeah, I've got 18, between 16 and 18 at the minute, Pilot Fest. So, yeah, not brilliant. Right, okay, back to the top panel. So, fuel pumps are going on. Beacon is going on. Seatbelt lights going on. Aircon is going on. Windshield. And hydraulics. Cool. And we'll get ready for push then. Bristol traffic, UNI2064 is push and start stand 21.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Push it back. You're clear behind and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Yeah, them frames are absolutely dreadful. It's been absolutely fine today. I don't know what's going on with it, but it is what it is. Johan, I'm just reading your comment there. Yeah, the doesn't have its own custom flight planner yet, the A320, so it's going to be a bit slippery when it comes to some of the approaches and things. Right, okay.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brake set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you in the left side with a pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks, have a good flight. See you later.
Right, okay, I have to start. So packs are on, APU can go off. Anti-ice can go on. Pitot heats as well. And we'll put the cowling heats on as well, which is cool. And the flaps are set. Okay, 7.2 on the trim wheel. Set that down. 7.2 on the trim is set. Thruster reversers are armed, and we'll do that now as well. I'm absolutely praying these frames pick up as we take off. Okay, alright, let's taxi. Bristol traffic, UNI2064, taxi to runway 27. Yeah, the frames are, it's like a slideshow my end at the minute. Just going to disconnect Vatsim for a minute and see if that makes a difference. No difference at all. Okay, cool. At least it's not that tonight. Three 372.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Very jumpy. At the moment, I've got 15. It's locked. I think there's some form of issue with the manipulators again. I've never had it this low. If I was to restart the sim, it'd come back at about 40. What I will do quickly, just to see if it helps, is that even though I'm not running it, let's just quickly go into data. Let's just delete that rolling cache a minute. That's not made any difference. Well, we'll see when we take off if it gets any better or not, because it's definitely a problem. Now, the thing is, if I look at on here, it's saying it's limited by main thread, which is my CPU, which is something is drawing on the CPU, which is causing the problem. It's normally scenery that would do that, but okay, do you know what? It is what it is. If it works enough, but it looks okay on the stream, I'm not particularly bothered. Right, flaps are set, so before takeoff, so the lights and strobes are done, fuel flow's done, transponder's set, radar's set, we're ready to go. Bristol Traffic UNI2064 is lining up runway 27. It's not too bad on the stream, it's a bloody slideshow this end. It's chunk, 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 chunk. I can't even judge the braking on this because the frames are so low. No, it hasn't been fixed, but I found a way to fix it. I'll show you when we get to Edinburgh. It's quite a simple fix, but it works every time. And I'll put a video out tomorrow if I got the chance. Bristol Traffic UNI2064 taking off runway 27. Okay. Toga mode is on. And away we go. This is where you'll see the frames as we start to move. It should probably start chunking your end. $80 knots. V1, rotate. Well, it takes some bloody getting up in the rain, this does. Positive rate, gear up. We'll hit speed and we'll hit nav. We'll dial that speed up to about 180. And let's bring in the autopilot. Could be scenery, like flaps one, because the frames are increasing now, so it could be the scenery that's causing the problem. Okay, passing 3000. Let's increase the speed to 250 and flaps up, and we need to go to climb thrust. Okay, and while we're there now, we'll disable the reversers and we will turn off the manual override. Hi Pilot Fest, yes I am on climb on the throttle. Okay, and let's go over to standard pressure. I think the breakout is going to be stunning, Mr. Tribble. Anytime you want, Rob. Anytime you want, especially now I've fixed the ILS issue. Shall we have a guess at how high the clouds are? Because I haven't read the meta. I reckon breakout will be 20,000. Rob, you'll be proud of me. Look, I've set my custom views up. I think there's a fire in the cabin. Now you get the weather in the cabin at the minute. Look, you've got you see the clouds in there. Okay, 10,000 feet, and the lights are going off. And seatbelts. Let's have a look what's on, who and what is on in Edinburgh in terms of ATC. We've just got the tower on. That's good. You reckon 15,000 for the breakout? No, I haven't seen your message yet, Rob. Oh, that's good. I've got gigabytes of radio files if you want them. Gigabytes of them, if you could use them and add them into it, and they're all sorted by country. How thick is this cloud? Okay, let's. My bad, I didn't bring the speed up to 290. So I think having that PF3 would be good for flights like this, Rob. Well, I'm not impressed at all, because I ain't got it. Cool. Here comes the breakout. Nearly. Alright, bud. We'll see you in a bit, Rob. Take care. I'll give you a shout in a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
Hi, Matt. How are you, mate? There we go. Whoa, it's a bit bouncy. That's good. Good to hear, Matt. Good to hear. You absolutely can. You can suggest it here, or if you're on our Discord, there's a suggest routes on there as well. If you do it here, I'll probably forget, but you're welcome to. Well, 16,000. Who said 15,000? Oh, it's Pilot Fest. Cool. Yeah, it's definitely a bumpy one tonight. Ah, 6,000. Do you know what? There's definitely a problem because my frames are locked at 20. They're never at 20. Something somewhere's causing a problem. I've been able to beat the fact it keeps dive bombing. I know how to fix it now. I know how to handle it so it doesn't dive bomb. And they haven't brought the fix out yet, but it's quite a straightforward, easy fix. It's easy for me to show you as we do it. Are you keeping Flight Simmer? You alright, mate? Oh, I got 7 Discord messages somehow. Yeah, I'm not too bad, sir. I've had to do... oh, hang on, here we go. I've had to do 5 interviews today on WebEx. You know that moment when you put your shirt on and it don't fit? Because you've been at home for the last 12 months, drinking beer and doing everything, and now you put a shirt on and now it's like, oh God. Yeah, that was me. Look, I had to put a jumper over the top to hide the fact the buttons were pulling. This aircraft has got that many bugs in it though. Yeah, brilliant. I'll be up for that, mate. San Francisco, yeah. I've got the scenery for that as well, I think. Has anybody else noticed, by the way, how this CRJ just sways from side to side? He was doing it earlier. Quite frustrating. Cheers, Matt. I'll definitely do that. I'll probably stream that later this week. Any preference in aircraft? We're looking at it now. It's turning left and right, trying to track the line. We haven't got an A380 yet, buddy, but as soon as we have, I will. Yeah, flight simulator. Look at the PFD. It's it's all over the shop. No, I'm an Aussie. No, I'm from the UK. I've been called a few things in my time, but Aussie probably isn't one of them. Right, okie dokie. Yeah, I've got 81 knots pushing me along nicely at the minute. So my ground speed's 501. And we are top of descent in 140 miles. No, I don't think I've got an Australian accent, Matt. I've never heard that before. No, thanks, Casey. Oh, Casey, how are you, mate? You all right? Now, for the eagle-eyed ones of you, you'll notice there's a VNAV button here, which you can switch on in your settings, and it does work effectively. Our mate's a Brit word. Definitely a Brit word. So now we've received, we're up to speed, we can control our throttle to make sure we don't overspeed. I've now engaged VNAV, and you'll now see in white is alt path. So it's waiting to intercept the descent profile. Spider. Spider. Spodger. Is the EFB working tonight? Is the map moving? Hey, we got Edinburgh approach. He's just come on. Is that our friend Lewis? Right. So I need to turn off the anti-icing for now, otherwise we'll end up burning the wing out. Oh, was that the wrong one? Ah. I'll turn the pitos off. That's better. There we go. Yeah, I'm from Birmingham in the UK. That's certainly not prim and proper English, I can tell you that much. Right, let's stick Edinburgh approach in our standby. Spider. What a conversation we're having tonight. Pilot Fest, you on Vatsim tonight? Not that I can open the app. I need to try and find whatever it is that's killing my frames. You should go for it, mate. Absolutely go for it. I could just do with a Sobo fixing these bloody manipulator issues on the frame rates. Oh no, that's no good. Why did it crash? The sim crashed. That typically is because I've read about that today, crashing on a star. Have you updated the Navigraph data? It sounds of some form of navigation data conflicts. Not promising that's what it is, but that's what it does sound like. Do you have Navigraph? If you have Navigraph, you go to Navigraph's website, you log in, the top right hand corner there's a button that says account. You click on that. You then click on FMS manual download. You then choose the Aerosoft CRJ Pro, and then you do a manual installation, and that will update your that will then update your nav data. That will be the problem of why it's crashing. While we're flying, let me quickly log in and I'll just change screens for a minute and I'll show you. Right, so just going to go to OBS and just change over to screen record. So what you need to do is, where you got your name, go to your account, you click on FMS data, see here manual data installation, you come down to Aerosoft CRJ Professional, you click on Windows, you install that, and so once you've installed that, restart the sim and you'll have the latest nav data. That will be the problem. And oh, that's mate. If you want to contribute, buddy, not a problem. Me or Flight Simmer can introduce you. We're more than happy to do that, Johan. But stay tuned if you want to see how we get round this CRJ dive bombing when you get on an ILS. So what I am going to do is MFD data, top of descent 54 nautical. I'm going to be descending on Vatsim, aren't I? Because the controller's online by thinking, so. We can introduce you, Johan, it's not a problem. I think the guys will be grateful for it, if you know what you're doing. So what I can do now is roll down my altitude, and you'll see in blue in a minute the first constraint that kicks in, which is 26,000. I'm going to roll my altitude down to 20 for now, because at some point I'm going to get pinged by the ATC. Yeah, it could be a number of things, buddy. The main thing is if you lose any speed, you won't get it back because the engines aren't powerful enough. And that's where you start to get that drag effect from as well. I didn't notice the other day that I'd knocked my throttle down and I was doing 180 at 37,000. There was no way I was getting back up. Got this swinging again. Johan, you're talking a language that doesn't help me. I'm not into all that stuff. I'm there going, what's he on about, man? All that program. I like to test what they do. I'm not a programmer, though. You blinded me with science. I'll take your word for that, Johan. Right, where are we on the old map. Not too far out of Carlisle, so there's not too long of the flight left actually. Top of descent in 29 nautical miles. It's been a windy one. Right, the wind in Edinburgh is 210 at 15 knots. Rain, scattered broken clouds, QNH 1001. It's going to be a windy one. Are you Australian, yeah? Matt, are you from Australia? Because you could always do Sydney to Singapore. That's a good flight. Especially if you've got big birds and you like flying the big birds. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Okay, so elevation is set, fuel's checked, TCAS is set, radar is on, landing data set, that's it. You could always do, we like doing a lot of like European flights over here, so like London Heathrow down to Barcelona or Madrid or Copenhagen. They're good flights. Well, I'm just going to switch the ATC over ready. A bit too far out for him.
9 Echo, upon passing altitude 4,000 feet, route direct and nav safe. Say again for 9 Echo? 9 Echo, upon passing altitude 4,000 feet, route direct, nav safe. Up to 4,000, route direct, nav safe, 9 Echo.
Okay, 6 miles off top of descent. Okay, there we go. And you'll notice because I've got VNAV initiated on this, it's automatically descending and it will automatically hold its constraints.
System 9 Echo, Unicom 122 decimal 8. 122 decimal 8 for System 9 Echo, 70. All stations, Edinburgh radar is now closed, Monty Unicom 122 decimal 8.
No! He's gone offline! Oh, no way. Unbelievable. We've still got the tower. In which case we can change our altitude now. Let's just load up. Runway. Charts for Edinburgh. Approach for 24. 108.9. 108.9 cross-checked. 3,000. So I'm going to stop descent at 4,000. And there's a reason for that, and I'll show you that when I talk about this dive bombing. Oh, thank you, Matt. I appreciate that, buddy. I'm not getting the notifications through on my stream at the minute of who's subscribing and what have you. So I could just see it's come up on my phone. So thank you. I genuinely appreciate that. Just so you know, Matt, me and Flight Simmer 7700 both work with a fly-by-wire team, even though we're not flying the fly-by-wire tonight. So yeah, we're both testers of what they do, even though I probably don't do as much testing as I should. Flight Simmer's testing all the time. Right, okay, let's just keep our headings in the right place. Are you on it? Love it. Let's have a quick look. I'm loving these new views we've set up. I've done a few, but I'm a moderator now, so I don't really have the time. That looks good. That looks good. It's no excuse. I should do some more tests. $18,000. I don't understand why. The barometer was flashing when I've set transition. So options. Okay. VREF is 141. Right. I'll help you. Honest, well, let's just hope it works. It's worked about 5 times today, and it's so bloody easy. Now, it never works for me. Every single approach I've done, it's dive bombed. Every single one. What's that for? Sorry, Matt. Infinite flight. No, is that for X-Plane or is that for Microsoft Flight Simmer? We're just going to need to. The wind isn't helping us right now. Oh, okay. So we're just going to come out of this mode now.
average runway sequence.
Flight Simmer, by the way, have you got VATSPY? If you have, can you try and load it? Because mine won't open. Just getting error messages. And I think that's the reason why my frame's dropped. This wind is really not helping me slow down right now. My speed brakes are fully extended. Right. Okay, so what we're going to do, and this is the bit we're going to need to understand now. We're going to go to heading mode. The first thing I'm going to do is change my nav source to lock 1, okay? That's the first thing. That isn't the fix though. I'm just going to vector myself. I hate it when it does that. $30. I'm freezing. Just some speeds to be aware of. Intercept the localizer should be at 200 knots at flaps 2. Intercepting the glide scope should be 180 at flaps 3. Established on the glide should be 160 flaps 4.
10 miles out on long final 24, November 19. Cut that.
I can't see anybody. My VATSPY's not working. If yours is working, Flight Simmer, let me know if there's anybody, but I'm going to have a problem with on my approach for you. The tower's gone offline as well now. Oh, Edinburgh Ground's just come on now. 80s. All right, Matt. Take care, mate. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. So the whole part of this fix, guys, of not getting any form of nosedive, first of all, is to keep the diamonds slightly under. If it's over and you initiate approach, you're going to nosedive. So you need to keep it under. And the best way to do that, I'll show you in a minute, is not to use approach mode. With the nav source selected to lock 1, you use the nav mode. That will give you a lock only without glide. But I'll show you it working in just a second. Something weird. I've got all the weather going on. Oh, there it is, 1001. So I couldn't select the local pressure.
Edinburgh traffic, Golf, Oscar Romeo, 6 miles, long final flight 24.
Right, menu, and we'll switch that over to on. Edinburgh traffic, good evening, UNI2064, 23 miles southwest of the airfield, inbound 24 ILS.
Edinburgh traffic, 0703, I'm 35 miles from the airfield, so probably behind you.
Roger that, thank you. Okay, so we'll head due north now on our heading. So if you can see now, we've gone below the glide at the minute. We want to be slightly above it. So we don't push approach until we're above, and I'll show you how, and then you won't get a dive bomb. So you can still establish on the localizer using the nav mode, but you don't hit approach until the diamond kicks in. So I'm going to maintain 4,000 now.
This is Romeo November 654, entering on into a circuit around Edinburgh, waiting for November 209 kilo to land at the gate. Romeo November 654.
Edinburgh traffic UNI2064 is just on the DME arc, approximately 3 nautical miles from D12 ILS 24.
Edinburgh traffic, November 9 kilo, short finals to land, runway 24.
Keep bloody forgetting about this throttle. Okay, so we're just going to turn to 330, I think will be good. You'll have to excuse the frames. I've got a problem with something tonight. Something's conflicting.
Edinburgh traffic, Speedboat 793, looks like we're getting a little close, so I'm going to take a wider sector heading around behind.
Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay, speed is now good. We need to go flaps 2. And we're going to turn 300.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about
Need to just monitor the speed. We're looking for 200 on the dial now. Now what we can do is if we go for nav on here, you'll see you've got localizer 1 on the scoreboard. So that's going to just do your localizer only without your glide. Need to watch the speeds dropping. We need to keep that about 200. And we need to make sure our reversers are now armed.
Edinburgh traffic, November 9 kilos vacated, runway 24.
Okay, localizer established.
Romeo November 654 on a short final. Actually, probably going to need to go around. Over.
Edinburgh traffic, UNI2064 is established 249 miles. So what we're looking for now, guys,
Romeo November 254 landing.
is the diamond to drop under. And as soon as it's dropped under, we'll switch over to approach mode. And then hopefully, watch the speed. We should have a perfect glide. Now we want to intercept the glide at flaps 3180. So we're just waiting for the glide to start coming in. We're at 180 pretty much, flaps 3 now.
Romeo November 254 taxiing to parking.
Nine kilos visual.
The one thing I've noticed with this though is it hasn't kept my altitude. So we'll keep that now at 2000. That's another little
We've
book.
got the CRJ in sight in front.
Okay, we'll go gear down. Diamond's coming in now. We'll get ready to switch over to hi Captain Bat, welcome back. Here comes the glide, and as soon as it drops under, we'll switch over to approach. So we're going to just give it a second. In 3, 2, 1, and then we get hit by a big woof of wind. Okay, on the glide. And you'll see now, your glide is nice and smooth. Bit of a ball ache. Okay, we need to get fully stabilised. The flaps are now going full.
Can I just check how many distance? What's your distance miles to the airport?
Is that for UNI2064?
Oh yeah, sorry, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 3 nautical miles at 140 knots.
Okay, cool. I'll reduce speed. I'm about 13 miles, so I'll slow down.
Roger, I'll expedite quickly for you.
No worries, it's all good.
No, you're very funny. I'll do a video on it tomorrow, but it works every time. It just deals with the bug. Really simple.
This is room November 654, clocking off. Thank you guys very much for a good night. Have a good one, guys.
Take care, bye-bye.
Good night.
Cheers, buddy. Bye.
I think we've got ground online now, so... It's a windy one, guys.
500.
Speed's good.
400.
Don't freeze on me.
2 minimums. 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 100. Minimums. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Just conscious of getting out of the way quick for this guy. Thanks, Matt.
Please remain until
Edinburgh traffic, runway vacated.
Thanks very much. Speedway 793, 10 mile final, runway 26. 24.
Thanks, Pilot Vest. Cheers. Right, let's just contact grounds, because ground have just come on before he pings me. Right. Edinburgh ground, good evening. UNI2064, runway vacated. Is he still on?
UNI2064, Edinburgh ground, hello, taxi Alpha Echo Foxtrot, stand 9er.
Echo Foxtrot 9er. Alpha Echo Foxtrot 9er, UNI2064. I've got no fucking idea which one 9 is, but I'll have a look in a minute. I presume it is stands. Ah, there it is. Okay, cool. Right there. Okay, so let's clean up after. Let's see, as I've got no first officer, I've got to do it myself. Try not to go on the grass, just to wind flight simmer up. No, the A380 is under development at the minute, and will be out short. Well, it's been developed. I don't know when it's going to be out. Potentially around Christmas time. No promises, but it's been developed from the ground up by fly-by-wire, so it will be an incredible beast. Right, into Echo onto Foxtrot. Oh, and I won't need to worry because I think this is some flightsim.to with the right labels on, so. My good God, it's 20 past 11. Yeah, well, we always knew they would. Do you know what? I think Aerosoft gave them a kick up the ass because all they've been saying all along, Johan, is they can't do it. The sim isn't stable enough. And then the minute someone comes along and does it, they back down. I am looking forward to having the 737, though, in the sim. Alright, we're looking for stand 9. Oh, we haven't got the writing on the... Okay. We're just going to have to take a punt. Have to take a guess. We're going in here, whether he likes it or not. It's somewhere around here, so... Right, okay, so... into aircraft, and we need our chocks in place, brain power unit in place. We need to switch that on. Let's shut down the engines. Fuel pumps are going off. Aircon is going off. Anti-ice going off. Seatbelts are
arrived
off.
successfully.
Taxi lights off. Welcome to Edinburgh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's open the door. Let's get the camera lined up first.
Edinburgh ground, good evening. Request taxi to stand. 20793.
How do I get back to my bloody cockpit? There it is.
Speedbird 7903, Edinburgh ground, hello. Taxi Alpha Echo.
Big ass ace. That is pretty cool.
Taxi Alpha Echo stand 4. Speedbird 793. Thanks for that.
Would you like to call?
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming along. So hopefully, that's helped you in terms of the bug with this aircraft on the ILS. I will put a small tutorial together tomorrow and just post that online. Thanks for joining, and I'm going to go to bed. Good night all. See you later. Bye.